answers, with many offering their own theories on what the figure could actually be. From alien visitation to black magic rituals to a simple prank, there have been a plethora of ideas circulating the internet. However, none have been able to accurately explain the origin or nature of this strange figure. Despite the mystery surrounding the figure, one thing is clear: it's captured the attention of many, leaving them wondering who or what this could actually be. A Reddit user going by the name Trapped in Two Realities has uploaded a photo on the social media platform that's got people talking. Take a look. The photo appears to show a ghostly face peering out of a box at a factory loading dock where the uploader worked. The user has expressed his belief that he may have brought the entity that caused this manifestation back with him after he returned from his deployment in Afghanistan. The poster has opened up about some strange experiences he had while serving in the armed forces. He describes dark shadows that would appear in the middle of the road without any apparent source. He says they would flicker almost like a fire, then disappear. He believes that the hate, sadness, fear, anger, and bloodshed that the region has experienced have manifested into a physical form that can affect their surroundings and others. He believes that a dark entity bred from these negative emotions was able to attach itself to his negativity at that time and has remained a lingering presence even now, more than 17 years later. One commenter has even suggested that the shadows sound like sightings of jinns, given the part of the world where the poster was deployed. Jinns are a supernatural creature in Islamic mythology. According to their beliefs, jinns are made of smokeless flame and have free will just like humans. They're often described as invisible to humans, but they can take on various forms and possess extraordinary powers, such as shape-shifting, flying, and invisibility. In Islamic tradition, jinns are not necessarily considered to be inherently evil or malevolent, but they are said to have a different moral code than humans, and can be benevolent or malevolent depending on their intentions. The photo that the Reddit user has uploaded has been generating a lot of interest on social media, with many speculating on what the figure in the box could be. A lot of commenters were spooked by the uploader's story about his deployment in Afghanistan, believing that this could genuinely be some kind of dark manifested energy that's clinging on. But what do you think? Could this really be true? Love to hear your take on this strange story in the comments down below. A mysterious object spotted in the sky has left the online community in a frenzy. Footage uploaded by Reddit user DisclosureBot shows a passenger on a plane filming outside of the window. Watch what happens. An unidentified object drifts towards the plane. At first glance, it appears to disappear without a trace. However, if we slow the footage down, you can actually see it take off at an extraordinary speed to the right of frame. Despite the extensive online discussions, no one's been able to provide a satisfactory explanation for the object's appearance, although some curious ideas have been thrown out there. The theory that the object could be extraterrestrial in origin has been gaining traction, with proponents pointing to its remarkable speed and agility as evidence of its otherworldly origin. They also highlight the object's lack of sound and visible exhaust, further indicating that it's not a conventional aircraft. These supporters contend that the object's composed of some sort of unknown material which is beyond human technology. Others have suggested that the object could be part of a classified military program, pointing to its remarkable capabilities as evidence of advanced military technology. They argue it could be a prototype or an experimental aircraft undergoing testing. Some observers, however, have put forth a third theory, that the object is a complete hoax or just a prank, saying it's nothing more than some very clever CGI. So unless more solid info comes to hand, this will have to remain a genuine UFO sighting. A woman taking a video of her friends while dining at a local restaurant inadvertently captured a bizarre figure in the background. The footage, uploaded by TikTok user alkakui.tv, shows a group of friends enjoying their evening. However, in the background, there appears to be a strange figure. It has large, dark eyes and a grey complexion. The woman taking the video didn't notice the figure until later that night when she reviewed the footage. No one at the restaurant that night can remember seeing anything out of the ordinary, nor can they identify the figure. Commenters who have viewed the footage have speculated on what the figure could be. Some believe it resembles an alien grey, while others have suggested it could be the Grim Reaper. Some commenters even went as far as to ask whether anyone related to the diners that evening had recently passed away. To date, the identity of the mysterious figure remains unknown, leaving many questions unanswered. Could this be evidence of extraterrestrial life, a ghost, or is it simply an optical illusion? While some may be skeptical, others are convinced that the figure is proof that we're not alone in the universe. A recent photo taken by Reddit user Savar211 on September 16, 2020 has captured a mysterious figure lurking in the darkness. The photo was taken in the woods of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a location famous for being the site of the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. The poster, who used an infrared full-spectrum Canon PowerShot SX530, believes the figure looks like a soldier. The photo has caused a stir among online communities, with many speculating about the identity of the mysterious figure. Some commenters believe that the figure looks like an alien grey, which has sparked discussions about extraterrestrial life and potential UFO sightings in the area. However, given that the photo was taken in Gettysburg, many believe that the figure could be a ghostly soldier from the war. The location is known for its historical significance, with many paranormal enthusiasts flocking to the area in search of evidence of the supernatural. The Battle of Gettysburg was fought from the 1st of July to the 3rd of July 1863 and claimed the lives of more than 50,000 soldiers. The idea that the figure in the photo could be a ghostly soldier has gained traction among online communities, with some speculating that the infrared camera may have captured something that the naked eye can't normally see. Others have pointed out that the figure appears to be transparent, which further supports the theory that it could be a ghost. Despite the many theories and speculations, the identity of the mysterious figure remains a mystery. The photo has sparked discussions about the supernatural and the potential existence of ghosts, aliens, and other paranormal entities. In recent weeks, a TikTok video featuring a bizarre sea creature has been taking social media by storm. Uploaded by alkakui.tv, the video shows a group of tourists on a boat passing by what appears to be a strange floating creature with its arms outstretched. Initially, many viewers thought it could be a creature from another planet due to its odd shape and movements. But as the footage continues, it becomes increasingly difficult to identify the mysterious creature. Despite numerous theories, no one's been able to determine what the creature could be. While some suggested it could be a dugong or manatee, others have offered a more exotic explanation, including the possibility of an undiscovered sea creature. But what do you think? Let your opinions rip in the comments down below. For years, a strange piece of vintage footage has made its rounds on the internet, leaving viewers puzzled and intrigued. Originally uploaded to YouTube around 2008, the video shows a mysterious flying vehicle hovering in the sky with no visible wings or tail. This version was recently uploaded to Reddit by user Beatty's Ghost. The footage appears to have been filmed in the 1960s or 70s and shows a man flying around in an unidentified craft. 'It The second segment shows tests being conducted on what appears to be a base or production facility. Despite years of speculation, the origin and purpose of this strange vehicle have yet to be determined. The video has sparked a wide range of theories, from extraterrestrial visitation to military experimentation, and even to the possibility of a hoax. Some viewers have suggested that the vehicle could be a UFO, while others speculate that it may be a Williams X-Jet, an experimental aircraft developed by the United States Air Force in the 1980s. The X-Jet was designed with a unique propulsion system that allowed for hovering and movement in any direction, reaching speeds of up to Mach 3. The aircraft was capable of landing and taking off vertically and was intended to be a stealth aircraft that could avoid detection by radar. It is possible that the mysterious vehicle in the footage is a prototype of the X-Jet or a similar experimental aircraft that was being tested in secret at that time. However, despite years of speculation, the truth behind the strange vintage footage remains a mystery. The video has captured the attention of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike, fueling debates and discussions about the existence of alien life and secret military technology. Until more concrete evidence is uncovered, the footage will continue to spark curiosity and speculation, leaving viewers to ponder the true nature of this mysterious flying vehicle. In an unexpected twist, a member of the Ghosts of London Facebook group recently shared an image that sparked intrigue, curiosity, and a slight shiver among its viewers. The photograph, a somewhat darkened image from the member's childhood, reveals an eerie figure in the backdrop, a detail initially overlooked but impossible to ignore once spotted. The submitter, who wishes to remain anonymous, shared the intriguing backstory. My mum and I were going through old photos of me as a child and we came across this. At the time, as it's quite dark, nobody paid it much attention other than looking at me. But once you see it, you can't stop looking at it. When the photograph has brightened up, the presence of the figure becomes alarmingly clear. A vaguely humanoid shape with what appears to be glowing eyes looms ominously. Speculations ran rife among the members of the group. Some suggested the figure could be a benevolent spirit, perhaps the spectral form of the child's deceased grandmother. However, others voiced concerns about the figure's apparent sinister aura, suggesting it was a supernatural entity not to be trusted. So what do you think's going on in this unsettling image? Love to hear your take on this one in the comments down below. An eerie video from Tehran in Iran has recently been shared on our Slapped Ham subreddit by user Original Arcadia 4057, raising questions and leaving viewers a little unnerved. The event occurred on a seemingly ordinary Monday morning in April of 2021. The owner of a house in Tehran awoke to find his front door open, a surprise given it had been locked the night before. Seeking answers, he turned to his home's CCTV footage, only to be greeted with an inexplicable sight. The video reveals a dark figure emerging from the house before mysteriously vanishing from view. Despite the poor video quality, the sight of the ethereal figure, visible for only a fleeting moment before disappearing, is undoubtedly unsettling. The fact that the door was locked adds an eerie layer to the mystery, turning an ordinary piece of surveillance footage into a topic of debate and speculation. The incident bears an uncanny resemblance to some of the most famous ghost myths and legends from Iran. One of the most well-known of these is the story of the Tall Woman, or the Bozbozi Gandahar. This spectral figure is said to haunt abandoned houses and can apparently unlock doors at will. Could the mysterious figure caught on camera be this infamous entity? Furthermore, the footage seems to resonate with the story of Zahak, a demonic figure in Persian mythology, known to have the power to materialize and dematerialize at will. These legends, deeply rooted in the local folklore, add a tantalizing dimension to the story, encouraging us to ponder over the thin line that separates reality from myth. This next one, from Reddit user SSJ5XD2020, has been going viral this past few weeks. Check it out. Now we have to note, for the sake of the YouTube algorithm, these two individuals were not injured or harmed in any way. The strange sighting, however, has sparked a wave of speculation, with many viewers stumped as to how the woman seems to be hovering in mid-air. Turns out this is a common street trick to create an optical illusion, but can you guess how it's done? Share your answers in the comments down below. An eerie image recently shared on the Ghosts of London Facebook group has captured the collective attention of its members. The unsettling photograph, taken in the backwoods of Alanson, Michigan, has rekindled debates over the supernatural. The homeowner says that their trail cam had been going off numerous times over a period of several weeks, yet every time they checked the feed, nothing was captured except for a few orb-like lights. The camera is placed in a rural area of the property where no one ever goes, yet on another night, once again, the motion detection was tripped and more images were snapped. However, this time, something a little more unsettling was captured. Here you can see a figure in white walking through the darkened woods in the middle of the night. There's also two orbs on either side. The chilling image naturally spurred other group members to share their own unsettling encounters. One member, known by the handle Eclectic Interest, recounted a pre-dawn encounter with a similar figure. On their way to work, they spotted what appeared to be a spectral woman in a flowing gown, seemingly leading a mother duck and her ducklings towards a cemetery pond. Days later, colleagues informed them of a reportedly haunted house on their street that had been the source of similar apparitions over the years. Could this figure in the Michigan woods be another sighting of this spectral woman, or is there a more prosaic explanation, perhaps an interplay of light, shadow, and the natural environment? Share your thoughts on this one down below. A Reddit user known by the handle GamingIsLife91 recently posted a video that's turned quite a few heads on our Slaptham subreddit. The footage, originally captured to document fighter jets flying over the user's house just outside Richmond, Virginia, ended up documenting something more intriguing. GamingIsLife91, an aviation enthusiast with a passion for photography, started filming as the sounds of the military jets echoed in the distance. The focus of the video swiftly changes, however, when an unidentified white object darts across the screen. Here it is, slowed down. It enters the frame from the top, circles around the jets, and zips out of sight, exhibiting a speed and trajectory that set the comment section alight with speculation. The footage triggered a flurry of theories from viewers. Some jumped to the extraterrestrial hypothesis, suggesting it might be evidence of alien activity. Others, however, proposed a more earthly explanation, arguing it could be a butterfly flying closer to the lens, creating an optical illusion of a larger, faster object high up in the sky. While the footage remains open to interpretation, there's no doubt that it's a peculiar capture, fueling animated discussions and further blurring the line between the mundane and the mysterious. Whether it's an alien visitor, an optical illusion, or something else entirely, it's a stark reminder of how much we still have to explore and understand about our own skies. Check this quick one out from one of our viewers, Ashley Pereno. It's a little after 4 AM when the OP's home security camera captures something odd. A shadow seems to crawl up the steps. Here it is, slowed down. Many people in the comments said it's evidence of a shadow person. Shadow people are a fascinating and enigmatic phenomenon often reported in paranormal literature and personal anecdotes. They're typically described as dark, human-like silhouettes that lack discernible features, appearing more as ephemeral shadows than corporeal beings. They tend to be observed in one's peripheral vision and disappear once directly looked at. Shadow people are sometimes associated with a feeling of dread or foreboding, although interpretations and experiences can greatly vary. Their origins are a subject of extensive debate, with theories ranging from interdimensional beings and ghosts to psychological manifestations or optical illusions. Despite the considerable intrigue and widespread reports, shadow people remain a largely unexplained and enigmatic facet of the paranormal world.
Dios mío, señor, yo sí lo escuché.
A recent TikTok video uploaded by user El Paquillo has sent a chill down the spines of millions. Captured in the early hours of March 31st, the eerie footage depicts something rather eerie. A woman is shuffling down an alleyway opposite the user's house, crying inconsolably and seemingly clutching something in her hands. In a subsequent clip, the woman continues to shuffle past the house. The video, which has now amassed over 4 million views, has viewers questioning, could this be a sighting of the infamous La Llorona? La Llorona, which translates to the Weeping Woman, is a chilling legend from Latin American folklore. The story goes that a beautiful woman named Maria drowned her children in a fit of rage after discovering her husband's infidelity. Overcome with grief and guilt, she then threw herself into the river. Now as La Llorona, she's said to be trapped between the living and the spiritual world, forever doomed to search for her children. Her heart-wrenching cries serve as a grim reminder of her sorrow and regret. The parallels between the woman in El Paquillo's video and the legend of La Llorona are hard to ignore. The figure's late-night wandering and her uncontrollable weeping bear a striking resemblance to the character described in the age-old tale. The possibility of the figure holding something, perhaps symbolic of the children La Llorona eternally seeks, further bolsters this theory. Whether this is an uncanny coincidence, a carefully crafted hoax, or a truly spectral sighting of La Llorona herself, the video undeniably taps into our collective fascination with the unknown. This blend of modern social media and age-old folklore serves as a compelling reminder of the enduring power of mythology and its intersection with our daily lives. A Florida resident has captured some eerie home security footage, and it's left viewers wondering whether it's evidence of a genuine paranormal encounter. In mid-2022, this homeowner was working on his motorbike late at night when some strange things began to happen. Luckily, it was all caught on his home CCTV system, otherwise people may not believe the story. It's a little after 1:30 in the morning when the homeowner hears something strange in his driveway. He eventually goes back to work, when suddenly this happens. Out of nowhere, the box on the counter begins to move. Then it just falls to the floor. The man's reaction looks quite genuine. You can tell he's done with all the creepy activity, then he just leaves the room entirely. So is this encounter real? Unless the man is just a really good actor, it certainly does seem quite genuine, and it's left a lot of viewers questioning the existence of ghosts and paranormal energy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this bizarre encounter. Let me know in the comments down below. For many years now, this family in Canada has claimed to have a strong connection with the paranormal. They're avid collectors of rare artifacts and antiquities and display them prominently throughout their home. However, according to this next set of videos, it would seem that some of the ancient artifacts might have brought an unwanted energy into the home. In this first clip, captured by their home security system, we can see one of the residents playing some video games, when suddenly things turn a little freaky. Watching that again, a doll that's sitting inside a cabinet appears to move all on its own. Then several doors open and slam shut. In this next clip, taken some months later, we see yet more strange activity. Then some more movement is captured inside one of the bedrooms. This next clip is more of a vlog-style update. The homeowner has started filming after hearing some eerie noises coming from the bathroom.
Alone, but I heard something coming from, I think it was the bathroom. It sounded like something slid or maybe like a knocking sound or something like that. It sounded creepy. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There's nobody in here, guys. It's just me. Literally just me.
As if all this activity wasn't enough, this last clip shows something truly bizarre. Take a look. Watching that again, a toy truck moves on the pool table. Then it appears as though the stuffed bear flies across the room straight towards the camera. Here it is slowed down, frame by frame. So is this family really haunted? Judging by the sheer amount of trinkets and artifacts placed around the home, one has to wonder whether one of the items really has brought a cursed energy into the home. This next one is some eerie CCTV footage captured in Ukraine. Take a look. A somewhat transparent looking man walks down the street. Then seconds later, he seems to just vanish into nothing. When this clip hit the internet, speculation ran rife as viewers offered their opinions on what it actually shows. Some said it's nothing more than the low compression rate of the security camera making the man seem transparent. But others aren't so sure. A range of fun, out there theories have been thrown around. Everything from a time traveler to a ghost, and even a camouflaged alien visitor has been suggested. But that's just what people on the internet are saying. What are your thoughts? Love to hear your opinion on this one in the comments down below. In 1955, the US Office of Naval Research received an anonymous parcel marked with the words, "Happy Easter." Inside the package was a copy of Morris K. Jessup's book, The Case for the UFO, Unidentified Flying Objects. The book was full of hand-scribbled notes inside of its margins. It appeared to be a marked-up conversation between three unidentified individuals. The scrawled notes covered topics like alien races, advanced propulsion methods, and flying saucers. There were also references to something known as the Philadelphia experiment. In January 1956, a series of follow-up notes came to light that eventually became known as the Allende Letters. The writings detailed an experiment that allegedly took place at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard on October 28, 1943. According to the letters, the US Navy conducted an experiment based on Albert Einstein's unified field theory. The objective was to render the warship USS Eldridge completely invisible. However, the experiment went way further than expected. The letters claim that the warship not only turned invisible, that it dematerialized in a bright blue flash of light. There were reports that the ship teleported some 200 miles to Norfolk, Virginia. It sat in plain view of some men aboard the SS Andrew Forsyth for several minutes, then teleported back to the port in Philadelphia where it had originated. The handwritten eyewitness account details the horrible side effects of the experiment. Those on board the USS Eldridge immediately reported extreme nausea and headaches. One officer was allegedly half melded with the bulkheads. Another had his hand fused into a steel beam. Some were said to have reappeared inside out, their organs splayed on the ground. Then there were those crew members who vanished altogether, never to be seen again. So what's to be made of this wild account? There are many theories about what really happened during the Philadelphia experiment, but no one knows for sure. Some believe that the ship was actually transported to another dimension or timeline. Others believe that the ship was simply cloaked and remained in the Philadelphia port the entire time. Those who believe that the Philadelphia experiment was a hoax say that there's no real evidence that it ever took place. They point to the fact that none of the sailors who supposedly participated in the experiment have ever come forward to tell their story. Some say it's just a fanciful ruse that was picked up by science fiction writers in the 1950s and exploited for the rich and imaginative story that it is. Of course, there are many conspiracy theorists that believe that it really did happen, and that the event has been made to look so over the top and silly that no one would ever believe it. So what do you think? Have you ever heard of the Philadelphia experiment? What's your take? Did it really happen, or is it all just a hoax? Let me know in the comments. This next one is yet another homeowner who has for some time suspected that their home might be haunted. The clip begins after some strange noises were heard coming from the kitchen. Watch what happens.
1000% just f***ing opened.
The cupboard door appears to move all on its own.
1000% just f***ing opened.
Seeing as the door appears to move by itself, some viewers are saying this is the work of a poltergeist. According to the field of parapsychology, a poltergeist is a ghost or spirit that's responsible for physical disturbances, like moving objects or making noises. The word poltergeist comes from the German words poltern, to knock, and geist, which is ghost or spirit. Poltergeists have been reported throughout history, with some of the earliest accounts dating back to the 1st century AD. In many cases, young girls or women were said to be possessed by a poltergeist. In the Middle Ages, people believed that poltergeists were caused by demons, and they would often perform exorcisms to get rid of them. In more recent times, scientists have looked for natural explanations for poltergeist activity. They believe it may be caused by things like stress, anxiety, sleep paralysis, or even mass hysteria. While stress and sleep disorders might explain a fair few anecdotal hauntings, when things are caught on camera, it becomes a little harder to explain away. So are we just watching a hoax here, or is there more to it? I'll leave that up to you to decide.
1000% just f***ing opened.
When user Space and Flowers uploaded an eerie photo to Reddit, it left the community abuzz with talk of whether or not it shows a real ghost. At first, the photo, which was taken at a children's museum, appears perfectly normal. That is until you take a look at the upper right-hand corner of the image. In the window, you can make out what looks like two dark hands pressed up against the glass. There's even the faint impression of a head and torso. The poster notes that the room is normally used for arts and crafts, and that the window is often covered in chalk and paint, as you can see here in this photo. However, the window gets thoroughly cleaned every evening at closing time. Here's a photo of what it normally looks like. The window is clear, and there doesn't appear to be anything that would give the impression of a transparent figure pressing their hands on the glass. So what are we looking at here then? The OP followed up the image by saying that a lot of the cleaning staff at the museum have said that they believe the property is haunted. So are the handprints just leftovers from one of the arts and crafts sessions? If so, then how do you explain the partially visible head and torso? Love to hear your thoughts on this eerie photo in the comments down below. Our first clip of the day was uploaded to Instagram by Russ Horror, but its true origins are unknown. The footage begins with a hospital employee showing us that it's after 3 AM and that no one else is in the staff cafeteria.
Miren, y siento como que están moviendo las weas, como que las corren.
That's when suddenly he catches this on camera.
Acá atrás se escucha como que le pegaran a weas, como que las movieran. Weón, está entero rígido acá.
One of the chairs in the cafeteria moves, seemingly all by itself.
Acá atrás se escucha como que le pegaran a weas, como que las movieran.
Shortly after, another chair slides across the floor.
Ayer había grabado lo mismo, pero hoy día es como que...
Then a shopping trolley shifts as well.
Weón.
The footage then cuts to a shot of some microwaves. Watch what happens.
Cacha.
Then, yet more activity is captured. The footage then abruptly cuts and we're left wondering just what it is we're seeing here. Unfortunately, it's not known exactly which hospital this was filmed in, so it's impossible to research the property and dig into the history of the area. Most commenters agreed that the footage was creepy as heck, but some couldn't quite tell whether the man was genuine or not. One viewer jokingly commented, saying that the ghost is annoyed that the man isn't more scared.
Weird.
So for now, I'll throw this one out to you lot for final judgment. Let me know where you land on this one in the comments below. There's no single answer as to whether or not alien abductions are real, as there's much evidence to support both sides of the argument. Some people believe that alien abductions are simply hallucinations caused by mental illness, while others believe that they're real events in which aliens take away people for mysterious and unknown reasons. This next clip has set the internet alight with speculation as to whether or not a real alien abduction has been caught on camera. The original source of this footage remains elusive, but this version was shared to TikTok by a user named DarkTales0. It's late at night and this home security camera shows two people sitting in their backyard enjoying a drink. They appear to be chatting away, when suddenly something off camera catches their attention. Watching that again slowed down, the lady on the right appears to disappear. A strange flash or trail of light flickers in the air. The man falls off his chair. He looks around confused, dazed by what's just happened. So is this a real alien abduction caught on camera? The video has caused quite a stir online, with many people speculating it could be evidence of extraterrestrial life. One of the first ever recorded accounts of an alien abduction comes from a couple named Betty and Barney Hill. In September 1961, the couple were driving home from a vacation in Canada when they saw a bright light in the sky. They believed that it was a UFO and that they were being abducted by aliens. According to reports, they woke up hours later with no memory of what had happened to them. They also began experiencing nightmares and flashbacks of the event. A psychiatrist helped them recall the event through hypnosis. At first, the psychiatrist was quite skeptical of their story, but eventually started to believe that they were telling the truth about what occurred during their abduction period. Many abductees report being paralyzed or unconscious during the experience. They often describe being examined by aliens, sometimes having strange procedures done to them. These procedures are often bizarre, including placing implants inside their bodies. Some abductees report being forced to have sex with aliens against their will. Several alleged abductees have even reported that they've had children with aliens. So then, are we witnessing a genuine alien abduction in this backyard footage? Unless the man in the footage comes forward with a public statement, this clip will have to remain a complete mystery. This next curious piece of footage was captured by a security camera in El Paso, Texas. The footage was uploaded by a popular Instagram page based in Texas called The Real Fit Fam El Paso. Take a look at what's being caught on camera. A strange light seems to cling to the front of the truck. While some have dismissed the sighting as nothing more than lens flare, some locals believe it could be a guardian angel, making sure the driver is safe as they leave a flooded area near Alameda Avenue, some 27 miles south of downtown El Paso. In late August 2022, El Paso, Texas was hit with a severe thunderstorm. The storm brought with it high winds and an intense rainfall that caused flooding throughout the city. Many roads were closed due to the flooding and several homes and businesses were damaged. Thankfully, there were no reported fatalities from the storm. It's this lack of fatalities that has some locals believing that a guardian angel is blessing their town, and that this footage is proof of divine intervention. In August 2022, residents of Izmit, Turkey were stunned when they recorded what appeared to be a very unusual weather phenomenon. The clip was uploaded to Instagram by Hava Forum. Take a look. People have gathered to watch what appears to be a very localized patch of rain. The camera shows that the rest of the immediate area is bone dry, yet a small patch about a meter wide seems to be heavily raining. They point the camera upwards to the buildings overhead, and there doesn't appear to be anything leaking or causing the water to rain down, at least from the buildings, that is. In 2021, a similar incident was caught on camera.
Ini mobil ini doang nih. Tuh. Masya Allah. Masya Allah. Di sini doang nih hujan nih. Ini di sini doang hujan, lihat. Nih.
This was captured in West Java in Indonesia when local politician Urian Riana saw this bizarre downpour in a parking lot.
Kok bisa ya?
Some meteorologists have suggested these sightings might be examples of what's known as Virga rain. Virga rain is a type of precipitation that evaporates before it reaches the ground. It's often seen as streaks or wisps of rain falling from clouds but disappearing before it reaches the ground. Virga is most common in arid and semi-arid regions where there's little moisture for the rain to fall into. However, sometimes it can result in ultra-localized rain like we're seeing here. A very small patch of water may make it to the ground while the rest of the area remains bone dry.
Di sini doang nih hujan nih. Ini di sini doang hujan, lihat. Nih.
So have you ever heard of or seen ultra-localized rain? If you have, I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below.
Alright guys, got some new fish.
A short while ago, we ran some footage from one of our viewers, Get the Base, that caused quite a stir in our comments section. The clip we featured showed the homeowner filming his fish tank. Take a look at what he caught on camera.
A black one, and if you guys have any suggestions for names that... What the
A strange hand appears at the rear of the tank, but by the time the camera holder notices, there's no one around.
A black one, and if you guys have any suggestions for names that... What the What the
Since the incident, the OP has suspected that his house might be haunted. Well, now, yet more footage is being captured in the home. This time, the OP took out his phone when he began to hear some off-putting noises. Watch what happens.
I heard a couple of sort of banging. Sometimes it sounds like footsteps, like in the last 10 minutes. Sorry, my camera, by the way, keeps defocusing. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any. Hell, man.
Watching that again, after a few mysterious bumps, it sounds like someone comes running down the stairs right at the camera holder.
Yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any. Hell, man.
After capturing this second incident on camera, the OP uploaded the footage to Reddit, hoping that someone might be able to give a rational explanation. Some viewers sympathised with the situation, admitting that disembodied noises would be enough to freak anyone out. They suggested that the OP should keep documenting the experience on camera, so that one day it might actually make some kind of sense. The uploader says he has no rational way of explaining what's happening in his home, so for now he's simply chalked the incidents up as strange, but taking all the details into account, one has to wonder whether something paranormal might be indeed happening here.
Yeah, I just thought I'd record to just try and like catch any. Hell, man.
Can animals sense the supernatural? Some experts believe that animals are attuned to frequencies that humans can't perceive, allowing them to pick up on things that we simply can't. This would explain why animals seem to know when something bad is about to happen, such as an earthquake or tsunami. However, in this next piece of footage, uploaded to TikTok by SR Caucasus, this dog seems to be reacting to something that's not quite subtle. Take a look. A woman is giving an interview on camera. In the background, it looks like a dog gets pushed by some kind of unseen force. While it's possible it's jumping out of the way of something on the ground, it certainly looks like something invisible is shoving the dog. So is this dog reacting to something we can't see? There have been numerous accounts of dogs behaving oddly before an earthquake hits or becoming agitated for no apparent reason. Some believe they're picking up on vibrations that humans can't feel. There's also been reports of animals sensing when someone's about to have a seizure or suffer from some other kind of medical emergency. In these cases, it's thought that the animal's reacting to a change in the person's scent or body language. However, in this footage, it's quite clear the dog's reacting to something a little more forceful. So what do you think's going on here? I'd love to hear your theories on this one in the comments down below. And do you think our pets can sense the supernatural or not? Share your theories with one another in the comments. Our last clip of the day is truly bizarre. It was uploaded to Twitter by user Hustus Michael. Take a look. The clip seems to have been captured in an unknown part of Russia. The camera holder shows a tree that appears to have been thrust right through the middle of a car. We can see it from the bottom and top, and both angles show that the car's been impaled by the tree. Judging by the urgency of those nearby and the camera holder himself, it's as though this incident is fresh, and that the car has only just become stuck on the tree. Stranger still, the tree's protruding through the driver's side of the car, yet the owner of the vehicle doesn't seem to be around. It's almost as though the car fell from the air and got skewered by the tree. But at one point we see the top of the tree and its foliage is completely intact. indicating the car didn't fall from somewhere higher up, like perhaps an adjacent building, as some viewers suggested. So how does one explain this bizarre incident? So far, no one's been able to come up with a plausible explanation as to how the tree managed to impale the car like this. Very keen to hear your theories on this one. Let me know in the comments down below. An unsettling trail cam image shared by Facebook user Bob Grandall has gone viral, sending shivers down the spines of thousands of social media users. The photo, which was taken on a game camera during a hunting trip, appears to show Grandall walking through the bush with his daughter Cheyenne. However, they appear to be accompanied by a mysterious and transparent third figure. In his post, Grandall expressed his bewilderment at the unknown individual. "That's me in the front, then my daughter Cheyenne, and we don't know who the third is. Zooming in, you can't make out a face, and the body's transparent. We even compared it to another pic, and you can see the branch through him." The post continued, with Grandall jokingly suggesting they might need to call Ghostbusters, as the figure appeared to be wearing a transparent plaid coat. He also noted that the land had been in the same family for over 100 years, and wondered if the unknown person might be recognisable to them. The strangest detail of all was that the mysterious figure seemed to be carrying a gun, as the photo was taken during muzzleloader season in December. Understandably, the eerie image has left Facebook users intrigued and unnerved. The post has garnered hundreds of comments and over 14,000 shares as people try to solve the mystery of who the third person might actually be. Theories abound, ranging from ghostly apparitions to glitches in the trail cam technology. As the image continues to circulate and generate discussion, the true identity of the mysterious figure remains unknown. In the meantime, the photo has captured the imagination of social media users, inspiring countless theories, debates, and perhaps a few sleepless nights. In a recent Reddit post, user MeowUSR shared a chilling video taken by their mother in their hotel's office. It's 3:17 AM when suddenly the security cameras catch this. The footage captures a seemingly ordinary scene until a chair begins to move on its own, causing viewers to wonder if a mischievous poltergeist might be at work. The video has since sparked a debate on the nature of fear and the belief in the paranormal. While some Reddit users were quick to attribute the mysterious movement to a poltergeist, others remained skeptical, suggesting that the event could have been staged using string or fishing wire to move the chair. The debate highlights the divide between those who are open to the possibility of supernatural phenomena and those who seek more rational explanations for such occurrences. One viewer weighed in on the matter, questioning the authenticity of the video and the motives behind it. "I'm confident that this was faked for clout and to potentially draw business to this hotel." They also challenged the notion that skeptics would be shaken up by the footage, suggesting that a true skeptic would search for a logical explanation before jumping to paranormal conclusions. This debate underscores the complexity of human fear and our fascination with the unknown. For some, the idea of encountering a ghost or other supernatural being evokes a sense of terror, while others, the possibility of such an encounter is intriguing or even thrilling. Regardless of one's beliefs, the video demonstrates the power of fear to captivate our imaginations and to fuel our curiosity. Reddit user Sir Cartier recently uploaded a black and white family photograph from the 1930s taken in Gary, Indiana. What initially seemed like an ordinary vintage photo has since become the subject of intrigue and debate, as the poster and viewers alike have noticed a mysterious child crouching by the man's leg on the far right. If you zoom in, you can indeed see what appears to be a child peering out from the shadows. The chilling detail has left the family, who are unable to identify the child, puzzled and questioning the origins of this unknown figure. Some viewers have suggested that the mysterious child might be a case of pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon in which the mind perceives familiar patterns, such as faces, where none actually exist. This theory posits that the seemingly eerie figure is merely an illusion created by the play of light and shadows in the photograph. However, other viewers have been less quick to dismiss the child's presence as mere trickery of the mind. Reddit user Ramasan shared their thoughts. Usually just my response, but this one's actually tripping me out. It just looks so perfect. It even has a hairline. If ever I've seen a legitimate ghost photo though, I might put my money on this. It's just so perfect and weird. Another viewer expressed their astonishment at the image, saying, "That is scary, genuinely looks like a decomposed child. Wow, the feeling I got in the pit of my stomach told me that that may be a genuine article." As the debate continues over whether the image represents an instance of pareidolia or something more mysterious, the childlike face in the photo has captivated the imagination of viewers. While some may be quick to dismiss the figure as a mere illusion, others are left wondering if the photograph holds the key to a long-forgotten secret or a genuinely paranormal occurrence. Reddit user resident1567899 has stirred up a buzz with a spine-chilling photo of what they thought at the time was an empty school auditorium. The mysterious snapshot, taken when no one was supposed to be on campus, reveals a shadowy figure seated in the back row. Zooming in, there does indeed appear to be a person sitting there. However, they look pallid and grey with no discernible features. The OP explained that the friend took the photo as an end-of-year memento, a way to remember the school by. They were certain there was no one else around when the photo was taken and only noticed the mysterious figure some days later when reviewing the image. With no known history of hauntings at the school, the internet is left debating who or what the enigmatic presence might actually be. As the OP fields questions to unravel the mystery, the photo continues to intrigue and spook the online community. So is this a supernatural encounter or just another school urban legend? The chilling image leaves us pondering the truth behind the strange shadowy figure. Retired NASA astronaut and highly educated physician Franklin Story Musgrave has made an extraordinary claim regarding a mysterious object he witnessed during his time in space. In the mid-1990s, while on 2 separate space missions, Musgrave reports seeing a long, thin object resembling a snake floating through space. His claims have piqued the interest of both the scientific community and the public at large, raising questions about the existence of other life forms in the universe. Born on August 19, 1935, Musgrave boasts an impressive academic and professional background. With 6 academic degrees to his name, he holds the title of the most formally educated astronaut. Over his career, he's flown on 6 space flights, becoming only the 2nd astronaut to do so, and is the only astronaut to have flown on all 5 space shuttles. During a 1995 interview for a space documentary called Sightings, Musgrave surprised NASA officials and colleagues by revealing his encounters with the mysterious space snakes. He described the objects as being 6, 7, 8 foot long and rubbery with internal waves that followed him for extended periods. Despite the startling nature of these claims, Musgrave didn't actually officially report his sightings to NASA upon his return. He retired from the space agency 2 years later, in 1997. A video accompanying his claims shows a long, thin object drifting through space.
I have seen a snake out there, 6, 7, 8 feet long. It is rubbery because it has internal waves in it, and it follows you for a rather long period of time.
Through a filter enhancement, you can see the mysterious object more clearly. Musgrave's experiences in space have led him to believe in the possibility of other life forms beyond Earth. He suggests that the universe may harbour various creatures, from primitive single-cell organisms to highly advanced civilizations that have existed for millions of years. As Musgrave's assertions continue to captivate and intrigue, they serve as a reminder that the vast expanse of space still holds many mysteries waiting to be uncovered. A chilling photo shared by Reddit user UnusualTown4323 has stirred up a debate among fellow Redditors regarding the nature of an eerie figure caught on a security camera back in 2016. The unsettling image, captured at 4:28 AM, shows a tall figure standing in the poster's kitchen in their rural home. According to the OP, the figure appears to be over 6 feet tall based on height comparisons made in that particular spot. At the time, the homeowner and their family assumed the figure was a masked intruder, prompting them to start locking their doors. The security camera, a cheap wired model, was positioned at the bottom of a window frame. The OP noted that a previous tenant had died in the house, which prompted some fellow Redditors to speculate that the figure might be a ghost. Despite this speculation, the original poster maintains that they always believed the figure to be an intruder, though they do remain open to other explanations. So what do you think? Is this a masked intruder or something a little more mysterious? Either way, the figure's appearance is nonetheless haunting to look at. In the early hours of March 11, 2023, truckers Will Church and Erica Lake captured an eerie ghost-like figure on their dash cam while driving along a dark highway in Arizona. Take a look. The footage, taken at 4:24 AM, shows a mysterious unknown figure suddenly appearing on the right-hand side of the road. If you slow it down and zoom in, it looks like a grey transparent person standing in the middle of the road. The video has since gone viral, sparking speculation and debate among viewers. So far, no one's been able to positively identify the figure or provide a plausible explanation for its strange ethereal appearance. With limited information available, this bizarre sighting continues to baffle and intrigue those who come across the footage. Unless new information emerges or someone comes forward with a credible explanation, the identity and nature of this mysterious figure will remain an unsolved mystery, adding to the growing list of unexplained phenomena captured on camera. Have you ever had a feeling that there's a supernatural presence lurking in your house? Maybe you've seen a fleeting shadow out the corner of your eye or felt an inexplicable coldness. The feeling can elicit goosebumps, even though you're not quite sure what you're experiencing. However, if you suddenly start hearing a disembodied voice, the situation becomes harder to ignore, especially if the voice sounds eerily like your own. According to TikToker Marissa RyanStan69, that's exactly what happened to them. They were lying in bed when they heard a mysterious voice that sounded just like theirs calling out to them from another room. Watch.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I told you. Come here.
It sounds as though the voice is saying, "Come here, in here, come here, hey. In here, come here, I've got something, come here."
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I told you. Come here.
According to a comment from the original poster, the mysterious voice responds to theirs, yelling louder when they too raise their voice. In a follow-up video, we see the poster frantically pacing around the house.
This is my family home. I grew up here, and we've never had a single experience.
They ask the audience for help identifying the supposed supernatural presence that's causing the disturbances.
I just need somebody who knows what this is. Please reach out. I don't care if it's in a comment or privately, just please reach out.
Although this time the eerie voice remains silent, it seems that the presence still might make itself known. As the TikToker nervously moves about, we can see an unlit candle sitting on top of the toilet. However, just before the video ends, a flame can clearly be seen.
Somebody please reach out with an answer or some help or something. Thank you.
So is this TikToker's house really haunted by some sort of paranormal force? Let me know where you sit on this in the comments down below. When you live on the edge of the woods, you never know if you're being watched by something hiding among the trees. In this video, uploaded to TikTok by adventure.bigfoot, we hear a child telling someone to go get their parents. The dogs are barking in the backyard and they don't seem to know why. While they wait for their dad to arrive, the child keeps the camera focused on the backyard. Their father soon shows up. He ventures outside to get a better look and notices something moving among the trees. Watch.
Oh yeah, right there, look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
While it's hard to see at first, a close-up reveals what appears to be a furry bipedal creature.
Oh yeah, right there, look.
The figure quickly disappears behind the ridge. Luckily, the child's father manages to spot it again. And at one point, he thinks there may actually be more than one of them. Whatever it is, it continues to walk among the trees for some time, perhaps unaware that it can actually be seen. Some viewers think it's just a human, however its height and furry appearance seem to suggest otherwise. Could this mysterious creature really be the legendary Bigfoot, as some of the comments were saying? Or is there another explanation behind this rather revealing video? Let me know your theories down below. Recently, we reported on a spate of mysterious UFO sightings that have occurred all over the United States. In each case, they seem to have three glowing orb-like objects in close proximity to one another, seen moving about in the night sky. Here's the one we showed a few weeks ago, caught by Reddit user ExpensiveAd1774. Captured on the streets of Washington, D.C., the video shows three orange lights floating in the sky above the busy city. They slowly shift their position before eventually disappearing into the clouds. The post quickly gained traction on the platform, with several viewers noting that they too had seen similar lights. They describe orange lights that fade in and out as they maintain a similar pattern. Some people claim to have seen the lights blink off completely, while others have witnessed them moving at breakneck speed before disappearing altogether. This photo, captured in Long Island and posted to Imager by Necrid41, shows objects that are eerily similar. The person who snapped the picture said that the lights began in a triangle formation before moving into a straight line. Yet another curious individual captured footage of a similar sight. This video, which was posted to Reddit by Gookie Space, shows a triangular formation created by three orange lights in the sky, with what appears to be a fourth rogue light floating at a distance. Commenters said it looks just like the video from Washington, D.C. With so many similar sightings occurring, one has to wonder what these mysterious objects actually are. Could they be alien craft observing our planet? Or is there another explanation, perhaps the military? For now at least, they'll have to remain genuine UFO sightings. This next clip, uploaded to TikTok by unknown railfan 1373, is truly bizarre. Take a look at what they've captured.
Well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but I mean, yeah, okay.
The train appears to have no driver. In fact, there doesn't seem to be anyone on board the vehicle at all. While this is certainly creepy in its own right, another TikToker by the name of Ethan News on Music has noticed something even more chilling about the bizarre train. See if you can spot it.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that.
As the train continues down the track, it looks like there's a crouched, disfigured creature at the back of it. Around the world, there have been many stories of phantom trains. A funeral train is said to run from Washington, D.C. to Springfield, Illinois every year around the date that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. There have also been accounts of ghost train sightings in the UK, Japan, Canada, and Sweden. While some of these sightings have been explained, other phantom train mysteries remain unsolved. So then, does this video show a driverless ghost train wheeling its way across the countryside? And what about that mysterious figure that appears to be hitching a ride on the back? Watch the clip again and let me know what you think's going on here in the comments down below.
Don't know who's running that, but I mean, yeah, okay.
This drawing illustrates accounts that were taken from multiple children in a schoolyard in 1994. Posted to Reddit by user 678990655, the image shows a large disc-shaped object surrounded by 3 smaller objects in a field. Several figures with large dark eyes can be seen emerging as a group of schoolchildren look on. The alleged sighting occurred on September 16, 1994 at the Ariel School outside Ruwa, Zimbabwe. The students were outside during a mid-morning break while the staff remained inside attending a meeting. When they returned from the break, several children reported seeing 1 or more silver objects floating in the sky. According to accounts, these objects descended into a nearby field where they landed among the brush. The students then saw creatures with big eyes and black clothing exiting the craft. Some of the children ran back towards the school, but those who remained had more to report. They say that the beings attempted to communicate with them telepathically. The message was about an incident that was going to happen and warned that humans have to stop polluting the earth. This is one of the most famous UFO cases in Africa, and experts have devoted a great deal of research to the incident. Skeptics have attempted to explain the sighting as a prank or the result of mass hysteria, as some of the supposed eyewitness accounts differ in details. Yet others believe this might be due to the fear and shock of such a harrowing incident. While some of the children believe that the creatures were manifestations of characters from local folklore, experts say that the case presents compelling evidence of an extraterrestrial visit to Earth. The following photos are several stills taken from a hunting cam which was posted to Reddit by user Teddy Roosevelt's Rifle. At first glance, there doesn't appear to be too much to see besides a deer feeder surrounded by a fence. But if you look more closely, you can make out a mysterious illuminated figure to the left of the feeder. The figure looks to be standing on 2 feet. It appears to have thin limbs and a rather large bulbous head with sizable eyes that are reflecting the glow of the camera. The second photo shows a zoomed in image of the figure, but unfortunately the resolution is very low. Since they were posted to Reddit, the photos have been rather polarizing. Some viewers think it's just a deer with its head down facing away from the camera. Others think it could be an owl, a cat, or even a possum. However, some have turned to the paranormal for an explanation. They suggest it could be an alien or even a duende, a mythological creature comparable to a gnome. Unfortunately, these 2 images are just not enough evidence to definitively prove the identity of this strange figure. So for now at least, this creature will have to remain a mystery. security camera in a popular shopping mall in China has captured something eerie happening late at night, and many are calling it the work of a ghost. In June 2020, employees of the Chengdu Star City shopping mall came in to open for the morning when they discovered a pram had somehow moved its way to the middle of the room. At first, they suspected it may have been a burglar, so they checked the security feed to see what had happened. What they saw left them shocked. Take a look. It's late at night, long after all employees and customers have gone home, yet somehow the stroller wheels its way across the room. Toward the end of the clip, you can see the doll inside of the pram begin to move as well. Viewers have even noted that there appears to be some orbs flying around the room. But admittedly, this could just be dust in front of the camera's lens. Chinese folklore is filled with tales and beliefs about ghosts. In Chinese culture, ghosts are seen as the spirits of those who have not been properly laid to rest or have suffered injustice in life. These ghosts are often portrayed as dangerous and malevolent beings that can cause harm to the living. There are various types of ghosts in Chinese folklore, such as the hungry ghost, which is the spirit of a person who died without descendants to offer sacrifices. Then there's the vengeful ghost, which is the spirit of a person who died with unresolved grievances. To prevent harm from these ghosts, Chinese culture has many rituals and practices. One such practice is the Ghost Festival, which is held during the 7th lunar month. During this time, it's believed that the gates of the afterlife have opened up, allowing ghosts to roam the earth. People make offerings such as food and paper money to appease the ghosts and prevent them from causing harm. So has the Star City security camera really captured a ghost, or is it all just a hoax? Let me know where you land on this sighting in the comments down below. This next one was sent to us by one of our viewers, Linda McCarty. She says that it was taken in an old house that's been converted into an office space. One of the employees was getting ready to leave for the night and had their picture taken. They thought nothing of it and left for the night. However, when they reviewed the photo the next day, they couldn't quite believe what they were seeing. In the mirror, you can see a face in the background. The thing is, there was no one else in the building when this picture was taken, just the person posing and the person holding the camera. Creepier still, no one in the workplace can identify the face. They've never seen the person ever before. The face definitely has a creepy vibe. There's also a strange black shadow just in front of the face that has left some viewers questioning whether a shadow person has been caught on camera as well. Given that the employees were alone that evening and that no one in the office can identify the person, you can't help but wonder whether something a little more mysterious is going on here. Imagine dying without ever seeing a woman. Devout monk Mikhailo Tolotos died in October 1938 at the age of 82, having never seen a person of the opposite sex. It's also reported that he never laid eyes on a car, a movie, or even an airplane. Born in 1856, Mikhailo's mother died just hours after giving birth. Historians aren't exactly sure how, but baby Mikhailo was abandoned on the steps of an old monastery in Mount Athos in northeastern Greece. He was raised a strict Eastern Orthodox Christian and is said to have never left the monastery. Mikhailo was revered among his monastic peers as a devout and humble servant of God, particularly because they knew he had never seen a woman. When he died in 1938, the Edinburgh Daily Courier ran an article on his life and achievements, and the world at large was stunned by this near impossible feat. It's believed no other person has ever achieved this in history. This next image was submitted to our Slaptam subreddit by user YogurtSoup619. The OP was playing with their younger brother on Christmas morning when they decided to take some photos of him playing with his toys. When they reviewed the photo, they couldn't quite explain what was captured. In the back, just over the young child's left shoulder, there appears to be a disembodied head. You can make out hair floating in mid-air. There was no one else in the room when this photo was taken, and the family has no way to explain the eerie presence. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of other details to run with about this pic, so for now, I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment. How do you explain that eerie disembodied head? Is it Photoshop, a camera glitch, or something else entirely? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. This next one's a bit of a palate cleanser between the ghosts and ghouls. It has nothing to do with the paranormal at all, but it sure is out there. Take a look. This clip, which was uploaded to Instagram by bsb.prospects, shows a young boy hitting a few humdingers out the park, when suddenly the ball ricochets off the net and lands perfectly back on the tee. The kid rightly loses his mind and starts dancing around, pointing at the ball. Well, now, back to the ghosties. In August 2013, a security camera overlooking a busy roadway in Bangalore, India, captured something truly strange, and some viewers are calling it a genuine ghost caught on camera. Watch. It's after midnight when a strange white shape appears in the middle of the road. It moves slowly to the right, then stops, before several cars seem to pass right through it. Some viewers have suggested it looks like a woman wrapped in a white robe, noting that at times she even appears to cast a shadow, but then at other times seems to be completely transparent. The NH4 highway, which runs through Bangalore, has been home to some eerie and unsettling urban legends. Many drivers who use the road at night have reported seeing a woman dressed in a white sari pleading for a lift on the side of the highway. When a driver pulls over, the lady is said to disappear completely. However, when they pull away to drive off, she reappears laughing maniacally in their rearview mirror. Another notable ghost sighting is that of a woman who also wears a white sari that appears at dawn around Ulsor Lake. According to local law, anyone who dares look into her eyes will be cursed with 7 years of bad luck. Given that the figure in the security footage appears to be wearing white, many locals believe it's finally evidence of the ghostly woman that's been haunting Bangalore for decades. In November 2021, a local family in Singapore was shocked to discover an eerie altar out the front of their house, which they suspect was used for black magic. After a series of escalating disputes with their neighbour, the family, who live in the Ang Mo Kio area of Singapore, discovered an altar at their front door. On it were 2 paper figurines of a man and a woman bound to a coffin. There were also 2 pieces of fruit pierced with iron nails. The flat owner's son-in-law asked about the altar at a local temple, where he was told it was most likely used for black magic and producing curses. The neighbour had also been spotted lurking at their door, making strange gestures and praying. The family reported the incident to the authorities, but due to its religious nature, they are yet to investigate what actually happened. So what would you do if you found an altar at your front door depicting your family in a coffin? Let me know in the comments down below. A recent TikTok video from Rock and Jump Mount Kisco has left viewers questioning the existence of poltergeists. This video appears to have been recorded on a factory security camera placed near the front desk of a store. We can see 2 staff members cleaning up. But watch what happens next. The mop bucket begins rolling away, even though no one seems to touch it. According to paranormal experts, poltergeists are among the most powerful type of spirit, and they have the ability to cause physical disturbances. Unlike most spirits that only appear as visual or auditory apparitions, it's said that poltergeists can interact with the physical world and even cause bodily harm to those they haunt. So could the strange activity in this footage be caused by a poltergeist? Some are skeptical. They suspect that an excess of water on the floor simply caused the mop bucket to slide on the slippery tiles. Despite the skeptics, however, the video has gone viral, with many debating the possibility of poltergeists. Are ghosts lovers of fast food? That's what one family may have discovered, according to a chilling video posted by Redditor ZZ. The footage, captured by the family's home security camera, appears to show the mother asking her daughter what she wants to eat before an unknown, scratchy voice chimes in. Listen.
Right back, okay? You want chicken or a burger?
I'm calling that. I hear the house.
It sounds like the voice says, chicken.
I'm calling that. I hear the house.
The Redditor's mother insists that the eerie voice doesn't belong to anyone in the family, and this isn't the first time she's heard the mysterious voice. A decade earlier, shortly after moving into the same house, the mother was in the garage when she heard the same voice. It laughed at her when she asked a friend on the phone if they could hear it, and scared her so much that she ran out of the house with her children. So could it be that the family's house has been haunted by the same spirit for over a decade? And if so, what does the ghost want? Well, chicken apparently. The video has garnered significant attention online, leaving many viewers with goosebumps and theories about the source of the spooky voice. So what do you think's behind the disembodied voice in the video? Let me know in the comments down below.
I'm calling that. I hear the house.
Ghost sightings come in all shapes and sizes, and this time it's not a human spooking viewers out. YouTuber Matt Rawlins has shared some footage that appears to show a ghostly feline following a live one up a flight of stairs. The video, captured on a Wise home security camera, was meant to monitor incoming visitors, but it ended up capturing something much more unusual. Watch. In the footage, we see the family's pet cat energetically running up the stairs, but it doesn't seem to be alone. A second, paler cat appears to be following close behind, and it doesn't trigger the camera's motion detection. However, the first cat does. Upon closer inspection, the second cat appears to be semi-transparent, leading many to speculate that it's a ghostly apparition. Although some suggest that the footage may have been duplicated, creating a spectral afterimage, others are convinced that it's a genuine ghost sighting. The bizarre video has sparked a heated debate online, with fans of the paranormal keen to get to the bottom of this bizarre mystery. Whether it's a ghost or a technical glitch, one thing's for sure, this spooky footage is definitely giving viewers the chills. This next one's a creepy encounter caught on camera by YouTuber Bigfoot Testimony 3433. In the video, a man and his dog are out for a late night walk in the woods when they notice something strange lurking in the darkness.
Something is watching my dog.
At first, it's hard to make out what it is exactly, but as the camera zooms in, we see a pair of glowing eyes staring back at them from the trees. The man's clearly concerned for his dog's safety and keeps a close eye on the creature, whatever it may be. The size and nature of the eyes are puzzling. They seem too far apart to belong to a person or a bear, and the height of the eyes from the ground suggests that the creature must be quite large. Viewers are divided over what this could actually be. Some believe it's just a bear, but the wide-set eyes seem to rule this out. Others suggest there could be actually two creatures, but this theory is also hotly debated. So could this be the elusive Bigfoot that many locals believe roam these woods? As always, we want to know your thoughts on this chilling video. Drop a comment down below and let us know what you think. Redditor Leading Meringue 9738 recently posted a video online that's caused quite a stir among the online community. The video, which allegedly captures the aftermath of a sleep paralysis experience, shows strange markings on the wall above the user's bed. Watch. The markings consist of two upside-down handprints and some reddish-brown smudges just below them. Concerned and confused, the uploader turned to Reddit for answers and theories. The responses ranged from benign explanations such as the markings being left behind by a previous tenant and painted over, to much more terrifying possibilities. One theory suggests that shadow people or other paranormal entities could be responsible for the markings. Another suggests that the old hag, an entity known for causing sleep paralysis by sitting on the chests of its victims, could be behind the strange handprints. One particularly interesting theory is that the markings could be the result of an astral projection experience. For those unfamiliar with the concept, astral projection is the idea that the soul can leave the body and travel to different places in the physical world and other planes of existence. While there's no way to confirm the cause of the markings, the video and the responses it's generated serve as a chilling reminder of the many unknowns in our world. A night janitor at an undisclosed location shared an eerie video of flickering lights on a Reddit thread. The 18-second footage shows flickering lights above a conference table while the other lights in the room remain unaffected.
There's the switch. No hand on switch. What the f is going on? There's the other switch. No hand on switch.
According to the Reddit user, Candid Lion 1990, the incident occurred during his shift while he was cleaning the building. The flickering lights were so random and intense that he called in electricians to identify the issue. However, they couldn't detect any anomalies and the flickering persisted. In the video, no one else is in the room and none of the switches appear to be tampered with.
There's the switch. No hand on switch.
The electricians confirm that all the lights were connected to the same circuit, and any issue with one light should affect all the others.
There's the other switch. No hand on switch.
This is not the first time the Redditor has encountered unexplained phenomena in the building. The Redditor and his boss have reported hearing whispers calling their names and seen mysterious shadows at the corners of their eyes. So could this building be haunted by a poltergeist or other paranormal entity? Or is there a more rational explanation for this phenomenon? As of writing this, it remains unclear.
No hand on switch. What the fuck is going on? There's the other switch. No hand on switch.
In this footage, captured by TikToker Sapam Horror, we see a group of bikers riding through a path in the woods late at night. Now keep an eye on the trees above, see if you can spot anything unusual. We can see what looks like a pale creature clinging to one of the trees. According to the video, the group believes it's a kuntilanak. The kuntilanak is a female ghost or spirit in Indonesian and Malaysian folklore. The legend describes her as a vengeful spirit, often depicted as a pale woman with long dark hair and a pale dress covered in blood. She's said to be the spirit of a woman who died while pregnant or during childbirth. According to the legend, the kuntilanak is a dangerous spirit that preys on men. She is known to appear under the full moon, and her presence is often announced by the sound of a baby crying or a woman laughing. She kills her prey by using her sharp nails to rip apart their body and eat their organs. The kuntilanak is often associated with trees, and some versions of the legend say she can be found clinging to tree branches or hiding in the hollows of trees. The legend of the kuntilanak has been popularized in movies and TV shows in Indonesia and Malaysia, and it's still widely believed by many people in these countries. So take a closer look at the creature hanging from the branches above the bikers in the video. Could it really be the elusive kuntilanak? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below. A shadow person is a type of supernatural entity that's said to lurk at the edge of our visual field. When someone claims to have seen one, it's usually little more than a fleeting glimpse. This video, which was posted to Facebook by Sarah Nichols, might just show one such sighting caught on camera. The footage we see is actually a secondary recording of the video that Nichols' son captured while walking around their house. Take a look and see if you can spot anything strange.
This is a video of the video that he took.
At first glance, the clip seems quite normal. However, at the end of the video, just as the child seems to be putting the phone down, there appears to be a dark, shadowy figure in the left-hand corner of the screen. The poster has no idea who the figure could be. She claims that the only other people in the house at the time this was taken was herself and her husband. The poster goes on to say that there's been tons of activity in this particular area of the home, recounting the time she came home and put her shoes on the boot rack by the door. She then went to use the bathroom, and then when she came out, one of her shoes was in the kitchen sink. On another occasion, she claims her son was playing with one of his toy cars on top of a tray table, when suddenly it flew across the room violently. Could it be possible that the boys inadvertently captured proof of the paranormal force that's said to be haunting their house? Watch the clip again and judge for yourself.
This is a video of the video that he took.
This next creepy photo was posted to Facebook by Alice Thomas. It shows her fiancé with his friends as they pose for a picture at a restaurant. However, if you take a close look at the image, there actually appears to be one extra guest that's unaccounted for. See if you can spot them. In between the two men wearing caps, there's an extra face. The figure looks pale and ghost-like, lacking the depth of colour and detail that's present in the other boy's face. Furthermore, it seems that there'd be no way for an actual person to squeeze into the booth in that position. Some commenters think it might simply be a trick of the light as it reflects off the seat's padding. Another person suggested it might actually be a piece of clothing. Whatever the reason, there's no denying the fact that it really does resemble a face. One viewer even went as far as to say it looked like a soldier wearing a World War II helmet. So what do you think's going on in this photo? Does it show the ghostly face of some sort of supernatural entity, or is it just an example of pareidolia? Let me know your opinions on this one down below. This next video, posted to Facebook by Brandon Nabil, seems to show a real mystery. Take a look.
So this is pretty interesting. See a bright object here. Looks kind of like the moon. But then that's what this looks like too.
The cameraman focuses towards a bright light in the sky. At first, it seems to just be the moon, but then the camera pans to the left, revealing a second light. It then becomes difficult to determine if either of these lights are even the moon at all. Some viewers think that one side might show a lingering sunset. Others question whether or not it could actually be a UFO. So which of these lights do you suspect is the moon? And what do you think the other light is? Let me know your theories on this down below. The catacombs that wind their way below the streets of Paris, France, have a long and macabre history. In 1774, the city's cemeteries were terribly overcrowded, and so a plan was formulated to help eliminate the problem. Using the site of the former Tomb Issoire quarries, which at the time were located just outside of the city, construction of these mega ossuaries began. From 1786, nightly processions of covered wagons transferred remains from many of Paris's cemeteries to these underground tunnels. Estimated to house the remains of more than 6 million people, the catacombs were largely forgotten about until the early 19th century, when they became a fashionable place to stage concerts and other private events. This still image was posted to the Facebook page Ghosts of London. It was supposedly recovered from a camera found deep within the catacombs in the early 1990s. The photo shows an underground passageway aglow with lights. At the end is an indistinct figure that looks like a cross between a man and a beast. In fact, the figure has even been described as resembling the jackal-headed Egyptian deity Anubis. This image is made even more horrifying when you realise it may have been the last ever recorded by someone who disappeared in these maze-like tunnels. It's said when the camera was recovered, it actually had a small video on it. Those who viewed it soon realised that the person seemed to be lost and confused. The clip then said to have ended abruptly as the camera dropped to the ground. However, apparently it captured one last image, this one here. So does this photo really show some sort of mysterious creature roaming the dark passageways of Paris's catacombs? So let me know what you think about this creepy figure, and also let us know if you've ever visited the Paris catacombs in person. At first glance, this video posted to Facebook by Bridget Dion seems to be relatively innocuous, just the inside of a living room. However, a few seconds into the recording, you can see a black shape move quickly across the screen. While initially too fast to see any detail, if you slow the footage down, it looks somewhat human-like. The original poster later commented on the clip saying, "I literally tried debunking that friggin' shape in every way, and the only answer that seems to make sense is that it's a ghost." While this Facebook user might very well have captured something paranormal on camera, this brief video alone is certainly not enough evidence to prove that she has. So for now at least, this shadowy shape will have to remain a mystery. The following picture seems to show a selfie gone wrong. Posted to Facebook by Samara Ertiz, this image shows two young girls posing for the camera. However, if you look closely at the space between their heads, there appears to be a dark, shadowy figure. We see the outline of the figure's head and a hand as it seems to be waving towards the camera. The two people seen in the photo are the poster's friend's daughter and granddaughter, and after realizing what they had captured on camera, both supposedly ran from the room, screaming. Eerily, it was the same room in which the poster's friend's father had passed away. It seems that this wasn't the only sighting of the shadowy figure either. Shortly after this photo was posted to Facebook, the girls allegedly awoke to a similar figure standing by their bed. Now too afraid to go into the room, the family has decided to get a friend to install a security camera. So if there really is a shadow person lurking in their house, then hopefully the camera is able to catch some video evidence. We'll keep you updated if and when we hear more about this story. Old photos can be nostalgic, however in some cases they can be downright creepy. This photo, which was posted to Reddit by N4T4L13, might be both. In the description, the poster explains that they found this picture in their late nan's shoebox. They suspect it might have been a relative of their nan's from Denmark or a relative of her husband from Yugoslavia. To the left of the main subject is a second figure that appears to be tilted sideways. While this could simply be a result of double exposure, it definitely gives off a creepy vibe. What's more, there's writing on the back of the photo that the original poster can't translate. So does this old photograph have a ghostly story to tell? If anyone can translate what it says, we'd love to hear about it. In a spine-chilling incident, Reddit user AdorableRemove4539 shared some unsettling images from their home security system. The stills, snapped from a front door security camera, depict what appears to be a white human figure perched on the back of a neighbour's pickup truck. The figure, which was invisible to the naked eye, only showed up in the camera feed, leading to widespread intrigue and speculation among the online community. The OP described an unsettling night in their post. Dogs were barking all night, went out to investigate, didn't see anything on the truck. I checked the ring camera and noticed it was still there. Freaked me out, not gonna lie. Upon hearing their dogs barking persistently, the Reddit user decided to investigate the disturbance. Despite their thorough inspection, the mysterious figure remained elusive to their direct view. However, each time they reviewed the security footage, the white figure was consistently visible on the back of the truck. Here's a comparison shot taken some hours later that shows the scene without the mysterious white figure. This inexplicable episode led the user to go back and forth comparing real-time observation and the digital evidence captured by the camera. Despite multiple attempts, the figure couldn't be seen in person, but continually reappeared in the digital footage. The chilling images and corresponding narrative have sparked intense debate on the platform, prompting users to question whether the phenomena is a simple camera glitch or if it points to something more mysterious and paranormal. As of now, the incident remains an enigma, stirring curiosity and adding fuel to the eternal mystery of the unknown. This next one comes from popular YouTuber Dark Ghost Paranormal. In this episode, Dennis, the lead investigator, heads to a remote abandoned house that's been plagued by urban legends for years. Locals say that a man was found dead inside of the old decrepit house. The doors were locked from the inside and all the windows were sealed shut, yet there was evidence of foul play. Dennis enters the home in an effort to unearth what exactly happened here.
Сегодня я попытаюсь выяснить, что за сущность здесь обитает и что она хочет. Какие у нее цели пребывания в этом доме.
To start things off, Dennis sets up a spirit box session to try and make contact with any spirits that might be lingering on the property.
Здесь кто-нибудь есть из мира духов?
It isn't long before a voice tells him to go away. Things take a turn for the terrifying when the spirit box session is cut short. Watch what happens. Watching that again, a knife flies across the room and embeds itself into the wall right near Dennis's face. A second stationary camera catches the knife zipping through the air from another room. Somehow, the OP finds the courage to continue the investigation.
Ты еще здесь?
But soon, more strange activity occurs. The desk drawers inexplicably open. And soon, a wall of noise fills the room. Towards the end of the investigation, Dennis decides to scan the house with a thermal imager. That's when something truly terrifying happens. Out of nowhere, a face appears in the darkened room. He flicks on the lights, but there's no one there. Spooked but determined, he tries scanning the room once more.
Кто ты?
This final encounter proves too much, and Dennis quickly leaves the house.
Я думаю, что я собираю отсюда вещи и ухожу. Мне кажется, в этом доме находиться небезопасно.
After some more investigation, it was discovered that the remains of a World War II soldier were allegedly unearthed on the property. So could this eerie activity caught on camera here have something to do with this discovery? At this stage, this disturbing encounter remains a complete mystery.
Кто ты?
In a photo that's stirring up significant chatter across social media platforms, a normal family day out fishing took a chilling turn. A seemingly innocent selfie taken by 13-year-old Hayley Ogletree in Tifton, Georgia, has suddenly become an eerie artifact of the unexplained. The photo, capturing a joyful Hayley after a day spent fishing at Paradise, a popular local spot, seems to hide more than it reveals. Just behind Hayley, a spectral figure lurks unnoticed in the frame, standing next to her brother, Colton. According to the teenager's mother, the man wasn't with their group and there was no other people present at the secluded fishing pond. The family group only consisted of Hayley, her brother Colton, and their grandparents, Dennis and Vera Baldry. Upon revisiting her photographs, Hayley was taken aback by the mysterious man's appearance, which led to immediate calls to her mother and an unnerving revelation that has since left the teenager understandably unsettled. Critics have tried to debunk the ghostly figure as a digital manipulation, a common argument in the era of Photoshop. However, local accounts seem to corroborate the uncanny nature of the location. A local resident living close to the fishing spot has shared experiences of bizarre incidents in the area. One instance he cited involved the sudden disappearance of two elderly women who were fishing nearby. Despite their proximity and no evident means of departure, they vanished from his sight in a matter of seconds. While skeptics and believers continue their debate, Hayley's picture stands as a chilling testament to the inexplicable. The Queen's Head pub in Kings North, UK has long been a source of paranormal stories and haunting legends. Staff and patrons alike have reported strange happenings on the premises, everything from disembodied whispers and inexplicable shadows to objects moving on their own. While it's mostly anecdotal, a recent piece of CCTV footage from inside of the pub seems to lend credence to the haunting tales. Take a look. Out of nowhere, a pint of beer topples over despite being on a flat surface. The owner of the pub has issued invites to paranormal investigators to come and check the property out, but so far no one's been game enough to take up the offer. So what do you think made the beer fall over? Could it really be proof that the pub is haunted after all? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below. This next curious piece of CCTV footage, uploaded to YouTube by Paranormal News, has been raising a few eyebrows. Take a look. The clip, which was captured by a security camera looking over a vacant lot, seems to show a dog morphing into a floating orb of light. Since going viral, a lot of viewers have been naturally skeptical of this strange footage. There's very little accompanying information as no one seems to know the exact location where the footage was captured. Furthermore, many think it's nothing more than two separate pieces of video clipped together. Either way, it hasn't stopped internet users from sharing the clip as it racked up thousands of views across multiple social media platforms. A strange incident that occurred at the Ronald McDonald House in Knoxville, Tennessee has caught the attention of many, inspiring conversations about the unexplained. The historic building, known for its philanthropic role of providing a home away from home for families with sick children, might be also hosting some unseen occupants. The incident unfolded on August 3, 2021, when a guest, staying while her daughter underwent surgery at a nearby hospital, noticed something unusual.
It looked like somebody sat on the bed. I don't know, it was really weird. It was like somebody sat down on it. What the f***? Did you just see that?
As she prepares for bed, she sees the mattress depress as if someone is sitting down on it.
Oh no. Nope.
Prompted by her avid interest in the supernatural, she decided to film the strange occurrence should it repeat. To her astonishment, the eerie movement occurred again, appearing as though an unseen figure was sitting down and then rising from the bed.
Oh god. What? Eric, I'm done. I'm done.
This unusual event left her with an uneasy feeling as she had to spend the night in that very room. The video clip of the anomalous activity has since circulated online, stirring viewers' curiosity and prompting many to suggest that the historic building might be haunted. The Ronald McDonald House, a landmark in itself, has a rich history. Built around 1903, it served various functions over the years, including operating as a boarding house for college students. Such a long history inevitably conjures up tales and rumours, often carrying a supernatural tinge, that permeate the walls and halls of such venerable buildings. The recent footage provides a new chapter in the narrative of the historic Ronald McDonald House. Viewers of the unsettling video are left to draw their own conclusions. Is it an inexplicable ghostly phenomenon, or merely an uncanny coincidence? Cast your votes on this one in the comments down below.
So, oh god. What? Eric, I'm done.
Our last clip of the day was uploaded to YouTube by Nixmatic. It's some CCTV footage taken inside of a restaurant. To begin, we see some strange activity in the storeroom. Out of nowhere, the bucket and mop seem to move all by themselves. However, what happens next takes this eerie footage to a whole new level. Watch. Watching that again, as one of the waitresses clears the tables, her hair appears to be yanked by some kind of invisible force. Here it is, slowed down. Luckily, the waitress was unharmed by this terrifying incident, however, she's at a loss to explain what actually happened. So what do you make of this? What pulled this poor woman's hair? Love to hear your theories on this one, down below. It seems that the man in this first TikTok video likely suspected that his house was haunted. Uploaded by Mr. List Paranormal, the clip shows the man setting up a camera, and it isn't long before it looks as though it captures some evidence. Take a look. As you can see, a dark shadowy figure appears from the right of screen. It then seems to follow the man up the stairs. If you look closely, the figure looks as though it might actually be walking on all fours like an animal. If this footage is indeed genuine, then it would have to be some of the best evidence yet supporting the existence of shadow people. The scares don't end there either. A few seconds later, the door to the right begins to move, seemingly all by itself. Then if you watch closely, you can see a pale, ghostly face peeking out of the darkness. If this tenant originally thought that his house might be haunted, then it seems after reviewing this footage, he'd likely begin searching for a new place immediately. Martina Manar is a TikToker who posts videos of the strange things that happen around her house. In this one, we see her baby resting peacefully in the crib at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Almost instantly, a balloon begins moving towards the baby's crib. First, it moves in an unusual way, as if swimming through the air. Once the balloon reaches the crib, it then begins to violently bob up and down. The baby doesn't seem to be scared, however, appearing to squeal with delight as the balloon continues its odd movements. Could this be the work of a poltergeist? One perhaps that's eager to make contact with the child. This is just one of many creepy videos on this TikToker's channel. If you want to see more potentially paranormal happenings, as always, I'll leave a link in the description box down below.
Guys, come in here. I'm being dead.
This next series of videos are the stuff of nightmares. Uploaded to the YouTube channel McJuggernuggets, the first clip shows someone, or something, peering in through their window. Take a look. Spooked by what they're confronted with, the pair try to confirm with each other that they aren't seeing things.
You see this, right? You do see this, right?
Next, thinking that it might be someone else in the house playing a prank, one of them calls out, making sure that everyone in the house is accounted for.
Larry, is Jeffrey in here?
Right here, we're working on the bathroom.
Jeffrey, say something.
Huh?
Say something.
Sure enough, they all answer, leaving the identity of whoever's staring in through the window a complete mystery. In the second clip, we see the two other residents enter the room. Startled, one of them asks, "What the hell is that?"
Don't move, don't say anything.
All the while, the creepy face remains motionless, staring back at the onlookers.
Yeah, it's just floating in the air.
Jeffrey, I thought you were doing everything.
Then, just as one of the men questions if it's a person, the figure suddenly vanishes from sight.
Is that a person?
Now realizing that the masked figure must be human, the four men run from the house in an attempt to catch the culprit. Unfortunately, this is where the footage ends. So what would you do if you saw this unnerving face staring in through your bedroom window? Would you hide, or would you run outside and investigate? Let me know in the comments down below. This next clip, uploaded to TikTok by Bien Vatamlin, claims to show a ghost caught on camera. The footage appears to be an excerpt taken from a security camera at an unknown location. As it rolls, we see a figure seemingly materialize out of nowhere. They continue from right to left, before completely vanishing from sight. If you watch the beginning of the video one more time closely, it actually looks like the figure is transparent for a split second just after it appears. Could this simply be a malfunctioning camera, or does this video really show a paranormal entity? Unfortunately, as is the case with many clips of this nature, there's little to no accompanying information, making it difficult to make a final judgment call one way or the other. For now at least, it seems that this clip will have to remain a mystery. These next two videos were uploaded to TikTok by Little and Large 13. In the first clip, we see a person dressed in a panda costume walk into view of a security camera. The person remains motionless for a few seconds before walking out of sight. Some think that this video is probably a hoax, as the person in the costume seems to know exactly where the camera is positioned. However, this next video might prove that this is not the case at all. In this clip, which was captured just 2 days later, we see a woman walking towards the clothesline. She begins to remove and fold a towel when suddenly she looks around as if startled by something. She quickly grabs the second towel and heads inside. If you look closely, you can see that the panda is actually staring into the yard through the hole in the fence. So does this TikToker really have a creepy panda stalker, or is it all just a bit of spooky fun? Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Little is known about this clip, which in many ways makes it all the more creepy. Uploaded to TikTok by Mr. List Paranormal, the video's been captured by someone as they peek through their curtains at something outside. Take a look at what they see. There appears to be a mysterious figure on top of a truck. The figure seems to make a strange chirping sound before leaping into the air and floating towards the window. Footage then cuts and we're left to wonder what just happened next. So was the figure some sort of paranormal entity, or perhaps a type of cryptid yet to be classified by modern science? Whatever the case may be, its movements were certainly unnerving. This next video, uploaded to TikTok by Biano456, has captured something truly terrifying. Watch. At first glance, it looks like Godzilla is rising from the depths of the ocean. However, several viewers of the clip have been quick to point out that the giant object emerging from the ocean is likely to be a huge piece of ice. So while you might be disappointed that this video doesn't actually show a giant monster, if you were actually on this boat, you'd probably be just as terrified. This last TikTok clip on our list has the community divided over its authenticity. Uploaded by dread.jpg, the clip has a bizarre blinking effect superimposed over the video, leading some to think that it's most likely fake. However, it's possible that this effect was added in post-production in an effort to increase the suspense. The beginning of the video shows a person entering an elevator. While it looks as though the clip's been sped up, the frantic way in which the camera holder presses the buttons still gives the impression that they're in a hurry for some reason. They wait as the elevator ascends several floors. Then, when it finally comes to a stop, a shadowy figure can be seen moving quickly past the doors. The camera holder hesitantly exits the elevator and immediately looks to their left. However, the mysterious figure is nowhere to be seen. They decide to make a run for it, but when they turn back, the figure can be seen following close behind. The camera holder then rushes to their apartment door, entering just in time to see the dark figure staring at them from just outside the security gate. Despite the strange blinking effect that has been overlaid on the footage, this is still a rather chilling clip. What would you do if you were followed to your door by a mysterious figure? Would you make a run for it like the person in this video, or would you confront the culprit hoping that they leave you alone? Let me know down below. Our first clip of the day comes from a YouTube channel called Terra Latente. Not much is known about its true origins other than a homeowner appearing to have a haunting of some kind on their hands. The clip begins with the homeowner flicking what appears to be holy water around the room, signifying that they believe some kind of paranormal presence may be inside of their house.
Hey, Padre nuestro que reza, Yané. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre.
However, as they do, something quite eerie happens. Watch.
Padre nuestro que estás en el mundo, santificado sea tu nombre. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra.
The stuffed bunny toy on the cabinet starts moving.
Padre nuestro que estás en el mundo, santificado sea tu nombre. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra.
The residents recite a prayer as more holy water is splashed around the room. Unfortunately, the clip is brief and we're not given any more information about what exactly is going on here. The clip appears quite authentic and the residents seem to be genuinely cleansing their home of a spiritual presence. So then, how does one explain the moving stuffed toy? Could we really be witnessing some kind of haunting, or is it all just a well-orchestrated hoax? Let me know where you land on this in the comments down below.
Padre nuestro que estás en el mundo, santificado sea tu nombre. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, Señor, tu voluntad en la tierra.
This next one has been doing the social media rounds this past week or so. People are saying it's yet more evidence that we're living in a simulation. This version was uploaded to Instagram by UFO Alien 1. Take a look. It's downtown Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and emergency services have gathered to try and remove a bird that appears to be floating in mid-air. Onlookers appear confused as it looks like the bird is glitching out and hovering in one spot. The sighting has prompted viewers to question whether we are indeed living in a simulated reality. In the early 2000s, Swedish philosopher Nick Bostrom developed the idea that we may be living in a computer-generated simulation. He posited the idea that one or more advanced civilizations might be utilizing vast amounts of computing power to run simulations of historical events and/or alternate timelines or versions of reality. These simulations would be so realistic that the entities inside of them may not realize that they're living in a simulated reality. Researchers have found that certain physical laws like gravity can be explained as information processing. This suggests that our reality may be a digital simulation, much like a computer game. So what do you think? Could this floating bird be a glimpse at an error in the simulation? And what do you think of Bostrom's simulation argument in general? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. The This one was submitted to our Slaptam subreddit, but its true origins are unknown. It's believed to be some security footage captured on a farm somewhere in Peru. Take a look at what the cameras have captured.
Uy, se ha parado.
¡Puta huevo!
Invisible, así, ¿no? ¿Ah? El cuello así, se ha estirado.
Watching that again, what at first looks like a person sitting cross-legged in a field quickly becomes something a whole lot stranger. The person stands up and appears to change into a funnel of black mist. It then appears to look down the well right as another strange black orb flies off to the left. While it's possible the low compression rate of the security camera could be causing the person to distort, there is something about the way they peer into the well that seems wholly unsettling. Whatever it is, it looks to slink about, and it even has glowing eyes at the very beginning of the clip.
Uy, se ha parado.
¡Puta huevo!
Invisible, así, ¿no? ¿Ah? El cuello así, se ha estirado.
Unfortunately, that's all we know about this clip. It's lacking any solid information, so it's impossible to dig deeper into the sighting. So, unless more info comes to hand, this unsettling sighting will have to remain a mystery. This freaky little clip was uploaded to TikTok by elkakui.tv. Over the last few months, this husband began noticing his wife experiencing a restless sleep. She'd toss and turn and often talk in her sleep. Over a period of a few weeks, the behaviour got worse and worse. Curious to see what was happening while he was sleeping, the husband set up a camera to monitor his wife throughout the night. This is what the camera captured. The wife sits up in bed and opens her mouth wide. Her neck twitches before she slams back down onto the mattress. While this isn't paranormal at all, it's still incredibly unnerving to see her sit up and grin like that right in the middle of the night. If you were the husband, would you be sleeping in the same bed the next night? Let me know down below. This next odd photo was sent to us by Reddit user Maxime Camera. The user wrote to us saying, "My friend showed me a photo he made in the 80s. It was a real print developed from a negative which I snapped with my smartphone, no Photoshop involved at all. He told me that back then he saw a light from outside of his house and went to investigate, when he saw this rolling barrel of fire going back and forth around his car, making it disappear and reappear by doing so. It was no ordinary fire because there was no heat or smoke. The event lasted several minutes, enough to get his camera from inside of the house. The car did function completely normally afterwards, and this never happened again. This happened in southern Austria in the mid-1980s. Taking a look at the photo, you can see a bizarre light surrounding the front portion of the car, although the actual front end appears to be missing. The surrounding landscape is lit up, including the inside of the vehicle. Immediate reactions on Reddit were that the whole thing has been photoshopped, but if the post is to be believed, this photo was taken in the mid-1980s and physically printed in store. The witness at the time claims to have seen a rolling barrel of light enveloping the car. I'm not really sure what to make of this one. It's a fun story for sure, but is it really true? I'll throw this one out to you lot for final judgment. Let me know what you think about this curious photo in the comments down below. Our last clip of the day was sent to us by Reddit user Canadian Queen Bee. The OP says that she moved into a set of new condos a few years ago. The complex was brand new and there were no previous owners. However, shortly after moving in, things began to turn a little strange. One night after the OP put her children to bed, she noticed a dark figure slip into her bedroom. It stood at the end of her bed, then disappeared. Following this eerie encounter, things began to escalate. Lights began flicking on and off throughout the night, chairs would slide across the room without reason, and a heavy, uncomfortable presence could be felt throughout the entire home. Sometime later, the OP was picking up some toys in her living room when her phone inadvertently began filming. Take a look at what it captured. Watching that again, a dark shadow moves from left to right. Then, if you listen closely, it sounds like her daughter says, "Who was that?" Freaked out by the incident, the uploader decided to contact a psychic. The medium told the homeowner that they were dealing with a poltergeist and that it was attached to her and not the home itself. They then went on to say that it was the spirit of a friend of theirs who had sadly drowned a year prior. The medium said they were just trying to make contact. The OP mentioned that a lot of the details the psychic said were spot on, making them believe that what they were saying was the real deal. Despite this information, the homeowner believes there could also be a second presence inside of the home. They claim there's also a male energy that lingers in the house, one that isn't friendly at all. It feels dark and uncomfortable, the homeowner said. In fact, a neighbour said that they were moving out of the apartment complex because they believed their condo was haunted too. They said there was a dark male entity inside of their house that was becoming too hard to ignore. While the story itself is creepy enough, when you pair it with the phone's footage of the strange shadowy figure, it certainly does make you wonder whether something paranormal could really be happening here. As the UK and the rest of the world mourned the death of Queen Elizabeth, her funeral was broadcast to millions of viewers. However, during ITV News' rolling live coverage of the event, something rather eerie was heard during the broadcast. Take a listen.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's...
As you can see...
Listening to that again, it sounds like someone says the death is irreversible and the fact that she's trapped.
Death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see...
There's an awkward pause before one of the anchors tries to maintain composure and comment on what's happening in the visuals.
Well, as you can see here in London, it is a lovely day, and as the hearse heads out into West London...
Naturally, with so many millions of people watching the coverage play out live, this freaky little clip went viral on Twitter. Thousands of retweets racked up as people were shocked by the eerie murmuring. Some people said it could be a co-host whispering, not realizing her mic was still on, but the words she whispers are truly bizarre. Some aren't buying this theory, saying it has to be some kind of EVP or electronic voice phenomena. Many paranormal experts believe that spirits and other entities can sometimes communicate via radio waves, delivering messages from the beyond, often in a fragmented or stilted way. They claim that EVPs can be heard as incomplete sentences, single words, or jumbled phrases. So far, no one's been able to fully explain this bizarre incident, and unless ITV explains what really happened, this eerie whispering will have to remain a mystery.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see...
This one was posted to our Slaptam subreddit by user MasterAllen73. It's nearly 4 AM and this resident and his girlfriend are fast asleep, when suddenly their home security system catches this in their bedroom. Take a look. Out of nowhere, the door closes, seemingly all on its own. The OP notes that the door even had a doorstop in place, so it's particularly odd that it moved in the first place. The uploader says that other strange things have happened around the home, but usually they try to dismiss it as something more rational. However, it's been happening so often lately that they're beginning to suspect something more mysterious might be afoot. They only moved in a little over 8 months ago, but over that time they've heard disembodied voices and creaking footsteps at all hours of the night. They even allegedly saw a candle in the bathroom move several feet, then smash on the floor. Some commenters suggested it might just be a breeze that made the door move. However, the OP thinks it's unlikely, as the house doesn't have central heating or cooling, plus the door had a doorstop in place. So could this house really be haunted? How do you explain the moving door? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. This next bizarre piece of footage was brought to our attention by viewer David K.